Hi everyone, Sailor Saturn and Ataru here, or Ring World here, and today we're going to talk about why did we even start this YouTube Fairway? Why? Because someone asked us many asking things, but this is probably only, but we made this film many times, so well, let's do it again. So we've started doing this way back in 2008 YL. And at the time, there wasn't anyone else doing this on YouTube, or let's say UWay or YOUSIDE or whatever. Oh yes, I mean Sonic and Mario and SpongeBob and Mickey were spoken for. Everyone was doing something with those dolls, but no one was really truly doing it with Sailor Moon until DUANE chose to do it. And at the time, he thought that he was doing something that no one else had done before. And the truth is, even after him, there really wasn't anyone else that did it. There were some folks that did it after him, but not as many. It still seems to be only something that only he's doing. There was, and then years later, after what happened to Sailor Moon Red, the hacking, then Sailor Moon Red 1, and Sailor Moon's Best 1, and Sailor Moon's Best 2, and Sailor Moon YouTube. One misspelled the word, the other one didn't have the word misspelled. And then Sailor Moon Red 1, 2, 3, 4, and to Sailor Moon for Life, which is probably the greater name for this YouTube Fairway than we had before. Well, then there were some other folks that were doing it, but not as long. I mean, Sailor Moon Jacob did it on and off, starting from 2020 YL to 2023 YL, and then there were other folks that would do it. But mostly there isn't really too many folks out there doing it. Yes, there is someone else out there who does it, but unlike her, where she does it from squeeze dolls from all the drawing shows and drawing films out there, we only do Sailor Moon. So really, at the end of the day, there's only truly few folks that do it. And some folks would think that, well, you would think that this, you chose to do something that no one else did before and really hasn't done since. No, there really isn't. There's not really too many folks that do what DUANE has done for about 10 years or even longer for all the other fairways in the past. Now, there's always going to be folks that are all, and as I said, no one else wasn't doing Sailor Moon before, and very few are doing it now. So that's the whole grounds to why we chose to do this. Because we came on the website way back in 2008 YL when we first made our first reckoning with them, and saw that there was no one doing it with dolls. Neither with squeeze dolls, neither with man-made, woman-made wax dolls, or whatever you want to call it. There wasn't anyone doing what some would call show playing or doll show, whatever, or playing with dolls, but that most, yeah. So there wasn't anyone else doing it, at least not with Sailor Moon. As I said, SpongeBob and Mickey and Mario and Sonic were already spoken for, and everyone did them, but no one else was doing Sailor Moon. So DUANE thought it would be a good time to do it, and he's the only one still doing it. And when you are out there, whatever craft you're doing, you are going to get scathed for it. And if you're lucky, all you get is your work scathed. Well, it could be worse. You could be dealing with trolls who will shame you and guilt you and slight you for what you do. you know, and make up, you know, and shame you and guilt you, besides putting down work. And everyone says, oh, that comes with having your work out there. Well, yeah, but I also got a lot of folks who like to work too, so, you know, and somehow got 3,109 between followers. If we are reading that right. Now, thousand's most likely some kind of Frenchish borrowed word of some kind. So I think the English word would be 100, because it comes after that reckoning or track. So, yeah. And need be we don't get the good watch time and looking that someone else would get for doing it. But oh well. And the truth is, you don't really get a lot of good watch time for doing something like this. But DUANE still feels that this is a good thing, and that no one else besides him is doing it full time. Yes, there were other folks who came along and did it, and then either gave up with it, like Sailor Moon Jacob or some other folks out there, which we don't know their handles. You know, most folks are either doing a drawing show, or a live drawing show, I should say, or other folks out there either doing clothing play, when one clothes themselves as a self and show plays as a self they're clothing as, and that seems to be the nearest thing you get to it. But that's why DUANE chose to do it on UA or YouSide, is since no one else was doing it, and showing his love for the Sailor Moon drawing show, or live drawing show, because it's a, you know, and that's why. And hopefully it answers the asking thing. And now this fellow, she asked me a whole row of other asking things that really some have to do with Sailor Moon, some have to do with WWE, and a whole bunch of other things. Before I leave, yes, I know Kate Fairless, who once did her wrestling doll show, you know, unless she's come back underneath a new handle, and that's why she asked me. I don't know. Anyway, that's all the time I got. If you like this film, then follow me over here at Sailor Moon for Life. Watch the other film we made yesterday over here when Sailor Neptune Michelle talked about the step word bind on Hulu. I, Sailor Saturn, Ataru, or Sailor Ringworld, and I'll see you later. Bye.